Previously, on the life and times of one blonde dude in Canada trick-or-treating. Man, I have to piss. This place seems legit.
I'm dressed as a blonde dude with a handgun, and the jacket's really warm. It's good for the weather. Yeah. My mom picked out a good costume this year, so I'm kind of happy. Um, Good candy too.
Alrighty, so if you've ever been the slow or last pick kid in class, you know one of two things about yourself during public holidays. One, you're an apex predator level threat to the asshole kids whose parents make sure they're always happy and pick first because you observe other people's herd-like behaviors and socially exploitive bullshit at a faster rate than a goddamn quantum computer. Two, you literally have less human rights and privileges than these people growing up, but that comes with perks like being smarter and faster learning at things. See, because of this, we adapt and overcome in such a way that people will make themselves look morbidly deficit in morals and views of equality by trying to make you feel bad for having an opinion. See it like this. You are an individual in a free country with a voice. The more people treat you like garbage for this, be it you're not doing drugs or other things that lead to exploitation of this, making you look better without lending out your face value. The more we look like a country struggling to complement acceptance of free speech or common sense equalities. And the more they look like, and I quote from what people call me as a singular individual expressing a different belief, the dirty commies that are taking over this country. The more you have also proven why they're the ones that need mental help. See, bullying never goes away. Hopefully by now in the series you have learned that much. Or you should get behind the already labeled slow or not pick kids because you probably need them as a brick wall layer of defense due to you being so wholesome, naive, and sweet of a human being that you are even more at risk than them. As we get older, we find ways to bend the bullying thrown at us, like a socially observant boomerang that seeks out exploitive ignorance in numbers, and on the way back shows how people lie about how peaceful they are to get a good look at like face value and whatnot. You just have to make sure you catch it. So let's pretend you are getting told by everyone and their friends from school, now working as police, nurses, or whatever, that you should shut up and make no sense. Let's pretend they're not just saying this because they read a sentence of an intelligent comment and shut their brains off to start herd mode bullying-like behaviors. Let's pretend that the system cares about your freedoms from your spot on the totem pole. Now, let's focus on the exact social mechanisms required for the herd mentality to take over and steal your freedoms. One word: lies. Now, the less you do this, but keep track of how honest you are in comparison, the funnier these sheep look when you shear their wool into the things they reflect towards you. For example, calling you a name behind your back when they're the ones behaving as such the thing they're calling you. Like I said about the boomerang, this will come full circle no matter how large their number or reach is, because people can only lie so much about a single individual until they are compared to the truths about that person and themselves. This is called narcissism. When people exaggerate to make you look bad, they're probably hinting at some level of truth about themselves because their psychology depends on this venting mechanism to maintain an act they're performing and get more actors on board with it to hide their behaviors and the truth thereof. To summarize, if a group of people do the big dumbs but make you look like the big dumb to hide it, show how smart you are by being smart enough to break down the steps they took to make the lie work. Then make the psychological or pathological blueprints public for the intelligently honest, unaffected minority to compare to the group of people talking trash. And whoosh, you just pulled a rabbit out of your haters' asses with no special effects, and did this literally by being more intellectually honest than them, even if you aren't credited yet. Eventually, people who are your level of smart and problem solving and common sense will pull together the way people who lie do for each other. But when enough people break the social curse that is clinical narcissism accepted and exploited by the public, real people will have the blueprints to shine through the dirt reflected on them, and maybe even flip the ethical bar in an economy or two in favor of honest people. When people lure you in with the friend-like tactic, simply just see how much they talk trash about other people first. That'll give you a very indirect way of seeing how they're going to treat you in the long run, two-faced and whatnot. Think of sourcing your friend circle like you source your milk or eggs, as ethically as possible with the least people being abused. One day, the next generation will have a truthful example of where being a good person gets you, and it'll be thanks to those who stayed calm and explained how the people looking to harm them do what they do and get away looking cleaner than the victim publicly. Anyways, 420 blaze it, the cool kids can be cool until kindness is the new cool. Peace, love, and the psychological plague for those ditching their heat and habits on you. Focus on the goal and not the mental goalpost dressed as two-faced garbage bags. Happy Halloween, mucho te amo, I'm out. Have a good one.